You take roughly 20,000 breaths every single day. 20,000. And if you're like most of us, you probably ignore almost every single one of them. Well, today, we're diving into a profound paradigm shift about this quietest, most constant act of our bodies. What we're about to explore is going to fundamentally change how you view your own biology and your direct connection to the world around you. So, is breath merely oxygen entering your lungs, or is it something profoundly more? I mean, think about it for a second. Most of us just view breathing as this basic biological transaction, right? We need oxygen to survive, we exhale carbon dioxide so we don't die. It's just this automatic reflex running in the background. But today, we're going to completely challenge that foundational assumption and explore how it's actually a highly sophisticated, deeply conscious tool.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Beyond Mere Survival.
You see, breathing is actually the axis upon which our entire living temple turns. It's an action that existed way before thought or even cellular organization. Long before modern science came around, ancient traditions universally recognized breath as the absolute carrier of life itself. The Vedas called it prana, the Hebrews called it ruach, and the Greeks pneuma. To all of them, breathing wasn't just biology. No way. It was the invisible river connecting the soul to matter. They understood that breathing was the current by which the soul descends into the physical world, and the physical world rises back toward the soul. They inherently knew that breath is the rhythmic expansion and contraction of life force through matter. But man, just think about how that ancient truth completely contrasts with our modern hurried habits. Think about the last time you were stuck in terrible traffic or experiencing what researchers actually call email apnea. Yeah, that's that entirely unconscious habit of literally holding your breath or taking these shallow, anxious gasps while just staring at your phone or your inbox. By doing that, we're treating this incredible mechanism as nothing more than a biological reflex, totally cutting ourselves off from the rhythmic expansion of our own life force. So we're talking about a massive paradigm shift here between two completely different ways of existing. On one hand, you have ordinary breathing. It's a chaotic, unconscious gas exchange. It's what happens when we're stumbling through our day, and it perfectly reflects our disordered, stressed out states of mind. But on the other hand, we have quantum breathing. This is an entirely different state of being. It's the sacred, conscious manipulation of breath, totally guided by intention, rhythm, and coherence. It's the ultimate shift from stumbling through life on autopilot to utilizing your breath as a finely tuned, highly intentional instrument. Which brings us to Section 2, the quantum breath defined. So what does that actually mean in practice? Well, quantum breathing is the conscious manipulation of breath as a vibrational force, an information carrier, and an energetic transmitter capable of reordering biological reality. I really want you to let that sink in for a moment. You aren't just expelling waste here. The underlying energy network connecting literally everything, what physicists often call the field, is constantly receiving data from you. Think of your exhalation as transmitting a Wi-Fi signal or broadcasting a radio wave out into the world. You are literally transmitting information with every single breath you take. Because here's the thing, your cells drink frequencies and they respond to the vibrational textures of every single breath. Imagine your breath acting exactly like a tuning fork. When you strike a tuning fork, it sends a clear, resonant, physical vibration out into the space around it, right? Well, remember that your body is mostly water, which happens to be an incredible conductor of vibration. Conscious breathing sends coherence right through the cavernous, watery corridors of your body, physically aligning your organs, your nervous system, and your subtle fields with the deeper harmonies of the cosmos. Let's move on to Section 3, the 3 core principles. Okay, so there are some foundational rules required to shape this internal environment where cellular repair and emotional transmutation actually occur. The first is slowness. This isn't the hurried respiration of survival, folks. Deep, slow breathing actively stimulates your vagus nerve. It flips your biological switch from a stressed fight or flight state directly into rest and digest, signaling profound safety and openness to your biology. Second is rhythm. A steady, entrained cadence synchronizes your heart rhythms and your brainwaves into one single coherent song. And third is conscious attention. You absolutely must engage your awareness so that your scattered mind converges entirely on the present moment. So that's slowness, rhythm, attention. Now let's put this into practice in Section 4, the square breathing ritual. Let's shift to the practical application of these principles using an ancient universal technique, the 4-4-4-4 square breathing ritual. I actually want to walk through one cycle together right now to show you how this rapidly shifts us into measurable heart coherence. So let's begin. First, inhale slowly to a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold the breath gently. 1, 2,
3, 4. Exhale fully. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, rest in the empty space. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, that empty space at the end of the exhale is absolutely crucial. That profound pause is where the magic of coherence actually begins to set in. As your practice deepens over time, you can begin to layer intention onto this framework. The idea is to inhale healing and gratitude and exhale dissonance, pain, and stagnation. Remember our Wi-Fi analogy from earlier? Layering intention is exactly like adding a specific data payload to the signal you're broadcasting. You aren't just taking in air anymore, you're drawing in frequencies of light. You aren't just expelling carbon dioxide, you're actively releasing pain. Adding this intention transforms the breath from a simple biological necessity into a profound tool that literally reprograms the field around you. You're no longer just broadcasting, you are broadcasting healing.
And that takes us perfectly into Section 5, engaging the quantum field.
Once you have that solid foundation, you can start exploring advanced quantum breathing rituals where breath and light truly intertwine. For example, you might try visualizing your breath as golden or crystalline light, inhaling it directly into specific organs that need healing. Or you can cleanse your aura with exhaled streams of light that expand outward. You could even practice the spiral breath, vividly visualizing your breath as a luminous double helix of light, just winding its way up and down your spine to activate dormant energetic centers. It's incredibly powerful stuff. But always remember, the true magic lies in coherence, not in complexity.
Because at the end of the day, the field responds to the vibrational quality of consciousness, not mechanical repetition. The universe simply doesn't respond to rote, robotic counting or how super elaborate your visualization is. It responds to the feeling and the emotional frequency behind your breath. The absolutely crucial point here is your sincerity of intention. It's your genuine reverence for the mystery of breath that exponentially multiplies its healing power. The field listens to your state of being, not your mechanics.
And this creates such a beautiful bidirectional conversation. In the microcosm, the individual, that's you, consciously draws healing frequencies inward. But in the macrocosm, the zero-point field, that fundamental backdrop of limitless energy in the universe, actually responds back. When you tune your breath, the universe acts as a giant sounding board, echoing templates of wholeness and archetypes of health right back to you. It proves that healing is an active, dynamic exchange between you and the cosmos.
Let's bring it all together in Section 6, Mastering Life Itself.
I want to share a quote, "You are not a passive recipient of life." I really want you to let the sheer weight of that statement land. You don't just have things happen to you. You aren't just sitting there waiting while biology runs its course on autopilot. You have profound agency in this universe.
To continue that thought, you are a weaver of fields, a sculptor of frequencies, a conscious participant in the eternal exchange between spirit and form. Just think about what that actually means for you tomorrow morning when you wake up, or maybe the next time you feel completely overwhelmed and stressed out at work. Your breath is your first and your greatest instrument. It's the bridge between the seen and the unseen. It's literally the ladder between your physical body and your soul, giving you the immediate power to sculpt your own reality in real time. To breathe consciously is to heal by re-entering the river of coherence. You see, healing isn't some forced action imposed on you from the outside. You already possess the luminous architecture required for this. You don't need to buy a special course or take a magic pill. You just need to breathe. It's a resonance evoked from within. Every slow, sacred inhalation draws you closer to that primordial song, and every full, conscious exhalation releases the distortions that veil your true self. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to carry with you into the rest of your day. Now that you know the true, incredible power you hold right there in your lungs, how will you take your next breath?
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, Quantum Healing Codes: Unlock the New Science of Self-Rejuvenation. This isn't theory, it's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.